I'm just waiting for the buzz. Oh, yeah.
Now, can you keep talking that same shit about my fucking kid? And you annoying me and aggravating me. And I'm trying to enjoy my day.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
Standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. Once she gets pumping, it's hard to make the hottie stop. Hottie stop, stop, stop.
You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. Yes, indeed. Y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And today we're honing in on the pressure that 50 Cent is applying to Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey's neck on behalf of MoNique. So there's a little bit that we need to discuss and unpack, because although it seems as though he was able to successfully, Curtis Jackson, apply some pressure to Tyler Perry and get him to fold, Oprah is still mute, but the math somehow, it just ain't math. And so I want to just unpack. This won't be a long video, but it is a bit of an update. All right. So as y'all are loading in, come on in, hit thumbs up on the video, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, text message, however it is that you share your Girl the Plainest Jane's video. So before we get started, y'all know I came with some facts. Y'all know I came with a little bit of research. And of course, my opinion as I study, honestly, I've studied all of these people. I've studied Oprah Winfrey. I've studied MoNique. I've studied Tyler Perry. And let me just say, 50 Cent is a messy boots person. Like, he just really is. But it's really interesting to see what he is intending to do tactfully with his willingness to disrupt. So I think that 50 Cent is the perfect person to disrupt the established expectation to just lay down, tolerate, and accept blackballing and unethical practices at the hands of your own people. As we talk about this debacle, this long-standing debacle between Oprah, Tyler Perry, MoNique, Lee Daniels, and so on and so forth, right? So as you come on and hit thumbs up, let's get into it. If you have not heard, all right, 50 Cent has been advocating for MoNique to have her footing back in Hollywood again. So here's what he was able to say on Instagram. And I thought it was so dope because he's got some work for MoNique and some choice words for Oprah and Tyler Perry, as he suggested they apologize. So he said, I'm sure that Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry would not want to continue to allow their influence to damage MoNique's career, and this has went on for way too long. So now would be a great time to apologize, because I'm gonna put her back on. GLG, Green Light Gang, I don't miss. Now let me tell you, with these errors that I'm finding in this caption, it's safe to say that 50 Cent is definitely typing out his own caption. So I think his heart is in the right place when it comes to this situation. I think it's really important to notice, like, 50 Cent is a guy who was an entertainer as it pertains to music, but he did transition over the past several years. 50 Cent has proven himself to work with some of the best actors and produce some top tier quality shows that have proven to have longevity. I don't even know what season of Power we're on now. And then we got spinoffs and all other types of things. So 50 Cent is definitely doing his thing as it pertains to creating some really bomb shows. And maybe he'll branch off into movies at some point. But he has been working with some well-established actors, but also really putting on new talent as well. So this should be interesting. I think that it's about time that MoNique is able to gain her footing back in the industry and is given what she's worth in the entertainment industry. But I wonder if Oprah will ever apologize. Now, mind you, when we look at this caption in particular, it says, now would be a great time to apologize. I want to get into this update, okay? And let's not let it fall short, all right? 50 Cent has been advocating for MoNique for a while now. If you take a look over on his Twitter page, you'll see that he went ahead and corrected the source. The source uploaded a headline that said 50 Cent calls for the Black film community to start casting MoNique again. And 50 Cent went ahead and corrected him and said, no, I said that they should have never stopped casting her, is what I actually said. So there's been a lot of stuff really going on as it pertains to this situation. And I thought that it was really interesting. So here is the tweet, as you can see here on the screen. But now what I want to get into is the update and what Tyler Perry has said according to 50 cents. This is where I say that the math just ain't mathing. So let's get into what 50 Cent uploaded not too long ago on his Instagram. So he said, I talked to Tyler Perry today and he told me that he never told anyone not to hire MoNique and he's happy I decided to work with her. He said he couldn't speak for Oprah, but he sure is fine with MoNique and has even brought her up for things MoNique has no idea about. He says, I'm happy for MoNique right now. She's back. Okay. Now, here's what I find to be really interesting. He called Tyler Perry and Oprah to apologize. They did her wrong. And this is something that MoNique has been really consistent about over the years. The story has never changed, not to mention, this is something that quite a few other people in the industry have actually vouched for. MoNique has recorded a phone call with Tyler Perry. If you don't remember, take a trip down memory lane. It's not even 4 weeks ago. It was literally 3 weeks ago that this aired on Fox Soul, right? So it was February 16th, to be exact, that this aired an interview between MoNique and T.S. Madison. Now, let me give you all the facts, right? Just the cliff notes of the facts that MoNique was able to lend to us, which again was no different than her story over all the years, but she gave us more specifics here with people that are willing to stand by her side and say, hey, I heard that phone call, I heard that exchange, and I heard an admission of guilt, and I heard Tyler Perry say, I was wrong for what I did to you. So David Talbert is someone in the industry who is actually close to friends or business acquaintances with MoNique, told her personally that Tyler Perry told him that MoNique is difficult to work with, right? This was just on February 16th, that this aired on Fox Soul and came out MoNique's mouth that MoNique is difficult to work with. She was told that Tyler said that, but now as it comes out, Tyler Perry telling 50 Cent, no, I never said that MoNique was difficult to work for. Okay. So also, David Talbert was also able to vouch in saying that what I did to you was wrong was something that came out of Tyler Perry's mouth. Now, she also did a lot of other name dropping. T.S. Madison being the person who interviewed her, T.S. Madison was able to say several times with confidence that I heard that conversation. Essentially, MoNique has been taking that recording around to people who are really down for her and saying, I heard him. I heard him with my own ears. The thing is, you can't play a recorded phone call like that on an interview. So she literally is going around to people and getting them to say, hey, did you hear this? T.S. Madison was able to vouch. Al Sharpton was able to vouch. Kevin Hart was able to vouch. And there was another mutual friend who was a woman who was able to vouch that said, I heard what Tyler Perry said, and I'm going to call him up. So Al Sharpton, Kevin Hart, and the other mutual female friend stated they called up. MoNique says this out her mouth while she's talking to T.S. Madison, that they heard the phone call and followed up with a call to Tyler Perry. And what did Tyler Perry say? Tyler Perry said that I don't want to revisit this, and I don't want to talk about that. He said that to Al Sharpton. He said that to Kevin Hart. He said that to the other mutual friend. But when she was on the phone, this other mutual friend is a woman. She did not name this person. So as they clicked over, they called him. He decided he wanted to decline to get back into the details of that situation. Tyler Perry ends up calling back and saying, I changed my mind. I will meet with MoNique. But I'll meet with her. The condition is that her husband can't be around. Her husband can't be around. I don't want Sydney. And she needs to, MoNique has to apologize to me, Tyler Perry, and Oprah for saying that we had anything to do with her being blackballed. MoNique went out of her way to say that this was recent, that this took place recently. So if this was on February 16th, which wasn't even a month ago, that Tyler Perry said, I need an apology from you, MoNique, and I need your husband not to be around. You need to apologize for what you said about me. And now all of a sudden, now don't get me wrong, 50 Cent, his heart, his intent is in the right place. However, I'm just not buying that he demanded an apology from Tyler Perry. There's no clarity around whether the apology ever even took place. But now Tyler Perry is just completely denying to 50 Cent, a man that's pressing him, right? Denying that ever happened. The math just it's not mathing. It's not mathing to me. I do really applaud 50 Cent for using his boldness, his, like I said, his willingness to disrupt, to make progress and really mend a fractured relationship amongst Black people in the entertainment industry. If we need anything right now, we need more unity. But this is not adding up. I really feel like MoNique is rolling her eyes right now. You know, for some reason, 50 Cent left Lee Daniels out of this. He didn't name Lee Daniels at all. He named Tyler Perry and Oprah, right? And it's just interesting that you're able to, 50 Cent is able to get Tyler to fold. In my heart of hearts, I knew, or I felt that Oprah wasn't going to say anything. Oprah will stay quiet and make you look crazy in a heartbeat, right? And she doesn't have to say anything. Like what is the I don't even know if there's any collateral damage for Oprah to speak up with this, especially because I feel like she's wrong. Now, this is the thing. They did her wrong. That is debatable, right? It's not debatable to me. However, what I will say is debatable the way in which MoNique went about addressing the situation and what she said in her comedy special. However, it is really difficult. And thanks to everyone coming in the chat and saying good morning. I appreciate you. And thank you, Just Jay, for joining the membership. I appreciate y'all. You can't tell someone how to respond to disrespect. She was disrespected by them. They expected her to work for free. Not that it should matter how busy she was with everything else going on in her world. She had her talk show at the time, the MoNique talk show. If y'all remember that was on BET late at night. She was on tour for the Queens of Comedy. She had young children so young that she was in bed watching Curious George. And she was, married on her third husband. And they wanted her to promote a low budget film for free. She only got $50,000 for the movie. And so, that expectation, she wasn't contractually obligated. When she stated, I don't care where the money comes from, but if you want me to do more work to make this film more successful, then you need to pay me. I'm not working off the clock. Tyler Perry says, oh, I'm not in the business of writing checks for free. MoNique says, well, I'm not in the business of working for free. So it seems that we kind of agree on when we clock out, how we give out our time, money, so on and so forth. So I find it to be really interesting, like I said, that not too long ago, let's just say about a month to 2 months ago, tops, Tyler Perry was demanding that MoNique apologize to her and Oprah. Then 50 Cent turns around and presses Tyler and Oprah for an apology. And then we get a post that says, oh, well, Tyler said he never told anyone not to hire MoNique. And he's excited that I'm putting her back on. I've even mentioned MoNique's names in rooms when she has no clue what projects I'm pitching her for, essentially. And I just think that Tyler Perry just grabbed a mop and he's trying to help his reputation. See, Tyler Perry does care about bad press. Oprah doesn't. When's the last time Oprah has ever responded to controversy? Ever. You tell me the last time. She doesn't. I truly felt that Oprah wasn't going to move when it came to she's never going to say anything. What is it going to take for Oprah to finally be like, you know what, Black woman, I did you wrong? When has Oprah ever admitted that she did anything wrong, let alone her own people? Like I said, I think that 50 Cent is the perfect person to disrupt the established expectation, to lay down, to tolerate, to accept blackballing and unethical practice at the hands of your own people. I do. I think, and I mean, just the brilliance. Don't get me wrong. I know he's a troll. Oh, he is a troll. But when a troll uses their power for good, you got to applaud it. You got to applaud it. And I think that this was genius. I cannot wait to see what he does with her. I know that, between Natri Naughton and Lala and Mary J. Blige and Queen Latifah. Now, I will say that some of the actors or actresses, the Black women that 50 Cent has worked with in the past, I can't even say that he was completely respectful. Like that whole back and forth between him and Natri Naughton was so uncalled for, and Natri had such a pivotal and primary role in power. Like, come on, like this is Tasha. But I hope that he respects MoNique. I hope that MoNique is able to clear this up. I do not believe that Tyler Perry apologized to MoNique. Did he apologize to 50 for MoNique? How are we really going to know? I'm curious to know, and I want to know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure y'all hit thumbs up. I want to know if and what MoNique will say in response to this, because somehow I feel like this isn't good enough. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, MoNique is a very stand-up woman. She's a straight shooter. She's not sugarcoating for anything. What Tyler Perry is doing right now is he's trying to save his ass, because this is bad press for him. But Tyler Perry's net worth and MoNique's net worth are two totally different things. So he had no care in the world when it was MoNique's ass out to dry, when she was losing opportunities based off of the, metaphorical exile of her from Hollywood. I went to go see MoNique stand up last year. She's like, I got kicked out of Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, on a joke tip. He didn't care what she lost and the bad press, the black sheep, metaphorically, that she was at that time. But he cares about this bad press. So he's like, oh, it's just interesting. This dynamic, we could never get Tyler to even, this is performative accountability to me. I just don't believe that it's genuine. But it's just so interesting to me that it never came until a man pressed him. MoNique has been pressing this man about this situation for what? A decade? How long has it been? It's been years. Years. And not even 2 months ago, he was demanding an apology from her. Now all of a sudden he's getting his posture right, even if it's just performative. I find that to be pretty interesting. But listen, let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments. It is literally 5:08 in the morning. I decided to get up and give y'all some syrup. See, because I caught this tea. Make sure y'all follow at In The Know Radio on Instagram, because before all of your blogs had it up, In The Know Radio had it up, and that is my brand, and that is the blog that I run. I can't keep up with it because I'm busy worried about the Plain as Jane's brand, but nonetheless, follow In The Know Radio on Instagram, because I did have this tea about, or this syrup rather, about 50 Cent actually stepping up and being an advocate and a voice and someone willing to shake the table, because that's what it takes. Shake the table. I'm going to make you uncomfortable with this press because you've made her uncomfortable as a black woman. It took 50 Cent to do that, and I grabbed that as soon as I saw it. I put it on the page. I thought about getting up last night in the middle of the night to tell y'all about this. Of course, I went to work in the morning and I saw all the blogs got to it like 10 hours late. And I'm like, dang, I could have got up and broke this syrup in the middle of the night. I said, let me get up and give y'all this update right now. Don't worry about my sleeping schedule. Don't worry about that. But make sure you hit thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. And I'm really curious to know how you feel about this debacle. Somehow, MoNique's situation between Spike Lee, Lee Daniels, Oprah, and Tyler Perry, it has been reignited. And I think reignited for the better. And I really feel that MoNique is going to say something. I think that MoNique is going to say something, because something is not right here. This math is not mathing. All of a sudden, he's apologizing, or he's willing to step up and say, oh, I wish her well. He couldn't have said that before. He couldn't have tweeted that out before. Hey, Raven. Hey, Dream 511. Hey, AJ. Hey, Astute. I'm just Erica. Yeah, it's just really, really interesting. So listen, Stickies. Comment down below. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. I really hope that y'all are having an amazing week. I hope that you are able to accomplish some things that you have set out to do. If you haven't already established your to-do list for the day or the week, it's not too late to do that. So grab a vibe. Make sure you go ahead and go. I'm going to see y'all later. I have a whole video already lined up, a whole live stream. This is late at night. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So I ain't got nothing to show y'all right now. I got my scarf on. If I ain't have locks, I would have my rollers in. Listen, I ain't got nothing to show you right now. But later on today, we will be live, and I'll keep the topic a little bit of a secret, But shout out to all the members. You will get a members only live before we go live with the main video tomorrow. All right. Your girl is back in action. But listen, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. The support. Thank you so much to everybody supporting. Thank you so much to everybody who found me over here in this nook, in this cranny of YouTube. Thank you, Karen, for joining the membership. I appreciate you. And thank you to everyone who joined me on Patreon as well. Y'all's support is unmatched. I couldn't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for the uplifting words, the encouraging energies that you all were sending to me. I felt all that and I needed all of that. So I appreciate that moment to just come full circle. I do a lot of work to make sure I share uplifting, encouraging, and motivational, energy. So to get that back from my supporters, when honestly, I didn't even ask for it, y'all just don't know. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated. Your time and your energy, I appreciate all that as well. Let me know your thoughts on this topic right here. 50 Cent calling out Oprah, Tyler Perry. Let me know what you think Oprah will say or do. What do you think she's mumbling in her head since I don't think she's going to say anything publicly. I don't think she'll be releasing a statement, a tweet, a post, or nothing. Because that's just how Oprah is. But listen, don't forget to check in on yourself, find some peace, do some things to grant yourself release, and hold on to your loved ones. All right? Be sure to hit the notification bell, subscribe, thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. Y'all don't ever want to miss any of this celebrity or trending syrup over here because things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Don't forget to drop one of them pancake emojis. And hold up, let's visit the bush real quick. Hold up.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Okay, we don't understand why Tyler would come out all of a sudden and say that. Erica is a channel member and says they did a good job of making her look problematic for a while. I thought Mo was the issue. And you know what? I've got to agree. I did as well. I had some really harsh criticism, and I would even take it a step further and say I was a bit overly critical of Mo in the situation. I felt like her delivery was very abrasive. And a lot of times when you're making a request, typically you want to lace that request with honey and not vinegar. You typically will get better results. But it's so difficult to be nice, to be sweet, to be kind. When people are playing with your money, they plan on your rooftop, they plan in your face, they insulting your intelligence, and they stopping your bag by doing other things behind the scenes and whispering nasty things about your reputation and your work ethic. And that affects your livelihood and your family, your mind, and all those other things. So to tell somebody to keep it corporate or to keep it business professional when you really being played with on a public and a private front, it's really difficult to do. And as MoNique said when she was on that Fox Soul with T.S. Madison, shout out to T.S. Madison because that was an amazing interview. MoNique made a really great point. No one believes the strong Black woman, the opinionated, unapologetic Black woman when she's saying something that's difficult, something that people don't want to hear or believe. No one believes her until she passes away. No one believes her until she's gone and went on to glory. And then they want to make movies about her. They want to make her a statue. Oh, they want to memorialize her. When she was here, they did nothing to give her flowers. We're tired of that. We're tired of only being appreciated and recognized the most when we gone on to glory. Stop that. Stop it at all. But listen, I can't wait to see you all later on. Y'all have an amazing day. Share this video, hit thumbs up, leave a couple of comments down below. And listen, I know you and your friends been talking about my vacation, my hiatus. But listen, shoot them a text message with this link up in there. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Y'all stay beautiful, Black, and blessed. All right? Deuces.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.